Hey, what's going on everyone? Monado Max here, and we are back with another new video series. What is that series, you're asking? Well, if you haven't had an idea of what this series is, because the title of this video is Conquering My Nintendo Switch Video Game Backlog. Now, obviously, I am a big fan of the Nintendo Switch. I have done so many videos on this channel on the Nintendo Switch. Our channel is a Nintendo Switch channel. And every time you see a video, you see this awesome background of so many Switch games. I mean, the Switch aisle is overflowing. We got Switch games right here, here, all around here, here, some over here. Over here now, I have over 300 Nintendo Switch games. And when you have so many games, that means you have a backlog. And I have a pretty long backlog when it comes to Nintendo Switch games. So I thought it would be pretty cool if I could somehow combine the two, because obviously a lot of my time goes into filming videos and other things. I don't get to a video game as much. So I thought, what if I did a series of me giving mini reviews of each game that I'm beating? That way I can actually play some of these games and beat some of these games. So hopefully this is something you guys will enjoy, because today we're going to be talking about 3 games that I have beat over the last few weeks. And I plan on, as long as you guys are wanting this as a series, make sure to like the video and comment saying that you want this as a series. I plan on continuing this series for every 3 games I beat. On games that I'm not normally going to do a mainline review on. So, I think without further ado, let's get right into our first game that I beat. Now, there will be potential spoilers for this game that I'm about to talk about, because some of you guys are going to be confused why I'm bringing this game up again, considering I've already done a full-on review of this game on the channel, but it will make sense in a little bit why I have to do this. But that game is no other than Live A Live. I have finally beaten Live A Live. It was something that I've wanted to beat, that I tried to beat back last year, but I didn't have enough time to beat it. The main problem was this game came out a week before Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was coming out. So I was trying to beat this before Xenoblade 3 was coming out, because I knew once Xenoblade 3 came out, all my time was going to Xenoblade 3, and I was not wrong. From July to almost the middle of September, the only game I was playing was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And unfortunately, after that, I just didn't go back to Live A Live. But thankfully, my editor kept pushing me. He was like, Max, it's time for you to play this game. My editor is a big pusher for Live A Live, and I have finally beaten it a few weeks ago. And what can I say? I really do like Live A Live. I think it is truly a special experience, and one of those games that's perfect for people that don't have enough time to get into a game like Live A Live. Because one of my favorite things about Live A Live is you can beat it in less than 20 hours. I think that's really cool, because games like Live A Live are typically 50 to 75 hours, sometimes over 100 hours. And I don't have time for a 100+ hour game right now, let alone 50 hours, because I mean, it took me 2 months to beat Xenoblade Chronicles 3, so I don't have time for those long games right now. And Live A Live was just really fun. You have a bunch of different other character stories combined into one game, all different characters, different stories, like different eras, timeline eras. Like this has a lot of, I want to say a lot of everything, but it has a lot of, like you get to play as a cowboy. Now, I like to call him Arthur Morgan, but you get to play as a fighter, you get to play as a ninja, you get to play people from the prehistoric. That character. No. At one point, there's a chapter in this game where it kind of goes into a horror story a little bit, but it has a lot of different genres of storylines into one game, if that makes sense, with the amount of different playable characters. And there's some surprising things in this game that you don't expect, especially the further you get done with the game, or at least when you think you get done with the game. That's all I'm gonna say. Once you guys play the game, or already have played the game, you're gonna know what I'm referencing right there, because that is honestly another reason why it took me forever to beat this game, is because that thing right there. I'm not gonna say it because I know my editor would not want me to spoil that thing about Live A Live, but that thing, let's just say I got through the whole game up until that thing happened. I got up to that part before Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out, so that's all I'm gonna say on that. But Live A Live is definitely a game that I could highly recommend. The battle system's unique, the music is great, The art style, the 2D HD style from Square Enix is once again amazing and just works perfect for Live Alive. And it works just in general because I know this game didn't come to America, so they decided to remake it into that engine. It was great. And you know, for $50, I think it's well worth it. I know they just announced that it's coming out on PlayStation and PC, I think at the end of the month. So if you guys haven't had a chance to play a game like Live Alive, I think this is a great starter game to get into those RPG type games, because once again, I love how short it is. And I know some people won't like that because I know a lot of people love those long games, but I know a lot of people that want to play games like Live Alive but can't do it because of how long the game is. So in all honesty, I think it's very fun. $50 I think is well worth it. I don't think you're gonna see that game go on sale. I don't think it has gone on sale. $50 is gonna be its permanent price, I'm pretty sure. And it might be one of those games on the Switch that might be a rare game. I don't know, because I know some people think that since there was no advertising for it, it's kind of like a low print run. We'll see. Now, for my second game that I beat I beat it this week. I beat 2 games this week. I was pretty proud of myself. I have beaten Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Is that the title? Strikes Again. Yeah, I keep wanting to call it Strikes Back because if you guys don't know, Suda51 makes a lot of Star Wars references throughout the No More Heroes games, and when I see Strikes Again, I think of Empire Strikes Back, because that's what they're trying to go for with this title, especially with the end credits of the game. It's a lot of Star Wars references, so I get the titles mixed up. I think it's Travis Strikes Back because of Empire Strikes Back. Because that, yeah, like I said. Anyways, I have been trying to beat the No More Heroes series for a while now. It's pretty funny that I have actually been beating one No More Heroes game a year. I beat No More Heroes 1 in 2021, I beat No More Heroes 2 in 2022, and here I am in 2023 beating Travis Strikes Again. This was one of those games that is a little weird for me. A little weird. It is not your traditional No More Heroes game. It is a spin-off game. And the only reason why I'm playing it is my editor, Coleman, big No More Heroes guy. He told me I have to play this to play No More Heroes 3. This is actually his copy. He gave this to me for Christmas because he knew that I couldn't continue the series without playing this, and I wasn't going to buy it digitally. The problem was I could never find this game in stores anywhere. Obviously it was online, but like I'd be going to conventions and I couldn't find this game. So for Christmas he gave me his own personal copy. So yeah, I finally beat it. I got it 4 months ago. So you know, I'm pretty proud of myself that I beat it since I've had it so long. It's one of those games that I'm just gonna be honest, very weird game from Suda51. Suda51 was either drunk or high when making the storyline of that game, because some of the things I'm just like, and then some of these levels are actually pretty cool within No More Heroes. They're trying to make, so you have 7 levels. Each level is trying to be a different type of game that is referencing other games back in the day, and it works in some levels. Sometimes there's some really weird, like, why is that a level? Like, there's this racing level in the game that I was just like, yes, this is cool, but did I really want this? No. It's one of those games that is just, it's weird. It's a weird game. It's definitely a Suda51 game though, because it has that No More Heroes humor still in it. Is it something that I would recommend to somebody though? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's a game I would recommend. Like, I had fun with it. It's like Live Alive. I would recommend that game. That game's like a 9 out of 10 for me. Travis Strikes Again, it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10 for me. But it's like a weird game. Like, it's a game I would never play again, if I'm being honest. But like, if you're a No More Heroes fan, you have to play it. It's just like, I don't know, it's a weird game. It really is, but there's some fun levels in it. I liked the different moves that you could have with Travis and the new character Deadman, but it's just like, I don't know. It was a weird game, man. I don't know how to describe how I felt about Strikes Again, because, I don't know. It's a weird game. But I can see how it's important to No More Heroes 3 because of what happens in the game. But for me personally, I'm very excited to play No More Heroes 3. I already have it in my collection. I've had it for a while. I just couldn't play it because I couldn't find this game. So I'm thinking about continuing my streak of being one No More Heroes game a year. But no, we're not doing that. go. We're gonna continue our No More Heroes grind. I'm probably gonna have No More Heroes 3 in the next Conquering Nintendo Switch Backlog video. I know this also has Season Pass DLC. I didn't play the DLC, but very fun game, but a weird game. It has fun levels, and then it has some levels that you're like, oh my god, can this just end already? Like, for example, there was one thing that I got incredibly annoyed with No More Heroes Strikes Again, the Travis Strikes Again, I'm just calling it that. There is one part of the game, well actually, this is a big part of the game. So it references Metal Gear Solid with the codec messages. However, so they make their own version of it, but you can see that it's referencing Metal Gear. This game, Travis Strikes Again, references a bunch of games, especially a lot of indie games, but they also reference Metal Gear in this. And these codec messages, they were interesting, but you were left reading a lot, and the game knows that you're annoyed because Suda51, they have the characters being like, our reviews are gonna keep going down if we keep having these codec messages scenes. And they do it so many times. It was annoying, but they know it was annoying. It's just one of those things I'm like, why did you do it if it was annoying? That's like one of those things with this game. It has so many of those things that like they make fun of, that they know that you're getting annoyed over, but still do it anyways. And I know the No More Hero games did that in the past, but this game really does it. They know that these messages are annoying you, because at one point, there's a character in the codec messages that you are literally saying nothing to. Travis says nothing, that character says nothing to you, and you're just left constantly pressing the A button for like a good 3 minutes of silence. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird game. It's gotta be like a 6 or 7 out of 10 for me when it comes to Travis Strikes Again. It's not something I will play again. It 100% is not. It was cool, I guess. I don't know. I know that's such a weird review. I don't know how to describe that game. I really don't. Alright, our third and final game that I beat. This one I have an interesting story with because this game was one of the first games I ever played as a kid. And what was that game that I'm talking about? I'm talking about Ultimate Alliance. And I have Ultimate Alliance 3 here. I have finally beaten Ultimate Alliance 3. But I do want to talk about this a little bit. Ultimate Alliance was one of the first games I ever bought on my PlayStation 2, and I loved that game to death. It was the game that I have beaten multiple times. I beat that game multiple times as a kid. I replayed it so many times, beaten it multiple times. Love that game. That game is very important to me because I'm a big Marvel fan. I have tried showing it off a little bit of Marvel in here. Like, you got Spider-Man right here. Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man. I used to have a Nintendo Power of Spider-Man, but I couldn't get it to stand still, so I had to get rid of it for the thing. But without Ultimate Alliance, my Marvel knowledge would probably not be as strong as what it is today. I might have honestly not been a Marvel fan if it wasn't for Ultimate Alliance. And obviously Ultimate Alliance 2 came out, loved that game to death. It was awesome. Loved both games. That Ultimate Alliance 2 came out like 2008, I want to say. I don't remember when it came out, but point is, we didn't get another Ultimate Alliance game. A lot of people didn't like Ultimate Alliance 2. Ultimate Alliance 2 came out, everyone assumed that that was it. We didn't get another game in the series. Years went by. People asked for it, but nothing happened. We jump in to 2018 of December, the Game Awards. I will never forget this moment. I was watching it with my editor, Coleman. This was very early Monado Max days. I was in a New Jersey hotel watching the Game Awards with my friend Coleman. And then all of a sudden, you get that world premiere. They showed footage of, I believe the first trailer was showing like the Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe. I don't remember the trailer completely. But I noticed how the footage that they were showing, the gameplay was exactly like Ultimate Alliance. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a new Ultimate Alliance game. It's a new Ultimate Alliance game. And I was freaking out. I was getting so excited. And then it was Ultimate Alliance 3. And Nintendo was making it, which I think is just the craziest thing, because like, look at how much I am a Nintendo fan now. It's crazy that one of my games that really made me a gamer and nerd got brought back by Nintendo, who's my favorite company, my favorite video game company, who I've had my whole channel dedicated to. They funded and brought back this Marvel IP, something they don't even own, but they funded it anyways, and it was exclusive on the Switch. I don't know. me bringing that whole storyline, I know none of you guys care about that, but I think it's probably just one of the craziest things to me. 10 years later, Nintendo brings this back. I mean, Ultimate Alliance 2 wasn't even on a Nintendo platform, I don't think. I know 1 was, but I don't think 2 was. But Ultimate Alliance 3, let's get back to what I was saying. Ultimate Alliance 3, this game is absolutely crazy from so many perspectives. First off, let's talk about the character roster. Now, the character roster of Ultimate Alliance 3 is incredible because this game features the X-Men. Now, I know what you're saying, Max. What do you mean the X-Men is in the game? That's a Marvel character. They're obviously going to be in Ultimate Alliance 3. Well, actually, before this game came out, the X-Men and Fantastic Four was not featured in anything because at the time, I mean, for a while, X-Men and Fantastic Four was not featured in anything Marvel because they didn't own the rights, the movie rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four. So Marvel was trying to be petty and not include them in anything. So we didn't get these characters in games. So like when Marvel vs. Capcom came out, there was no Wolverine. There was no Doctor Doom. There was zero Fox content is what you would call it, Fox. There was none of that there. And it was very noticeable because Fox was the one that owns the movie rights to X-Men, Fantastic Four. And the first trailer I know made a big deal about Wolverine being in the game, and it was truly special because you had the X-Men back. It felt incredible to see these characters back because it was awesome. I mean, even the physical copy, Wolverine's up there, up front. They're making a big deal that Wolverine's on there. So, and they added so much more X-Men content into Ultimate Alliance 3. But anyways, the roster is incredible. There is over 40 playable characters, and it has a lot of everything. Like, you got Miles Morales, you got the Inhumans, Ms. Marvel, Miles Morales, Ghost Rider, you got the Defenders, except Jessica Jones. Don't know why they didn't put Jessica Jones in there. Very weird to me. That's probably like the weirdest thing out of the whole roster, because you got everybody, and then, yeah, Jessica Jones isn't in there. But it's got everyone. Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men, Avengers, pretty much any mainline character that's being used. Even the Marvel Knights are in there as DLC. And they even add the fan favorite character that everyone, even my own editor's going crazy for, which by the way, my own editor has not even seen the movie, Morbius. And this was actually before Morbius came out as a movie, but Morbius is a DLC character in Ultimate Alliance 3, and I don't understand why my editor loves Morbius so much, because my editor never saw the movie, but has this obsession over Morbius. It's ridiculous. But you got Morbius there if you want, you know. You got Venom. Venom's one of my favorite characters. Spider-Man's in there. It's got everyone in there. I mean, not everyone, but it's got all the mainline characters people are talking about with some other characters. And it's really cool. I was also very impressed with Ultimate Alliance 3 going through all of these worlds that it does. Like, we have Wakanda, we get to see the X-Mansion, we get to go see, what else? The Avengers Tower, you get to see, you get to go to Nowhere, you get to go to the prison. There's so many places that you get to go in Ultimate Alliance 3. It really feels like a love letter to the Marvel fans because it has everything. Like, the Raft was in there, the Raft prison. I was very impressed because there were so many worlds that you got to explore. It really felt like it was trying to be a love letter to the Marvel Universe, especially to those that really wanted the X-Men and Fantastic Four, which Fantastic Four came out later as DLC. I'm actually in the progress of playing the DLC expansion pack where the Fantastic Four is the main line of the story for that. And yeah, I very much enjoyed Ultimate Alliance 3. I was very impressed with how this game ran on the Nintendo Switch. The only time that this game really went crazy on me with frame rates was when you use all your specials at once with all 4 characters. And it was great. I loved it. The game was awesome. The roster is great. The storyline was great. I know a lot of people wasn't a fan of the art style that they went with, but for me, I loved it. I loved everything about Ultimate Alliance 3. That game is probably like a 9 out of 10 for me because I enjoyed it so much. The only thing that I would say that I wish there was more of, probably more after game content stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, like challenges, stuff like that. But one of the things of the first Ultimate Alliance game is there was so much you could do to unlock characters. There was so much like trivia. There was so much like extra cool little mini levels with certain characters, with extra storylines in there. It was really cool. And for me, I love Ultimate Alliance 3. I'm so glad Nintendo brought it back. I mean, there's even rumors that Nintendo's funding the 4th game. If they really make an Ultimate Alliance 4, that's going to be crazy. It's just, once again, very crazy to me that Ultimate Alliance is back on the Nintendo platform. It's great. It's really great. Well, guys, I have been talking for way too much. I want to know, what games have you guys been playing in your backlog? Have you beaten anything? In the progress of beating anything? Or what are your thoughts on the 3 games that I talked about? I want to know all that in the comment section below. And also, please let me know if you guys want to see this as a series. If you guys want this, I seriously need you guys to share this video with people, like it, because liking it does push it to the algorithm, and letting me know in the comments, because I want this to be a series, but I'm afraid it's not going to be a successful series. So I really hope you guys enjoy this, and hopefully we'll do this again. This isn't going to be a monthly thing. This is only going to be a thing when I beat 3 games. I'll film a conquering backlog video. So yeah, alright guys, make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out my Twitter, check out my Discord server, check out my Instagram, check out the Twitch, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Who texted me in the middle of a video? Why do I have a notification about Kohl's? Take 15% off online with code. Dude, I don't shop at Kohl's. Why are they sending me Kohl's coupons? I don't care about Kohl's coupons, dude. I don't care.